It was still dark outside when my phone rang. A volunteer from a nearby village spoke in a trembling voice. Early that morning, sanitation workers had discovered a trash container on the side of the road. Inside was the body of an adult dog, and beside her were 4 tiny puppies, huddled together, crying softly in the freezing air. Without wasting a second, my teammate Ethan and I grabbed our rescue gear and drove straight to the location. The cold was brutal. By the time we arrived, the garbage truck was already making its way down the road. Had we been even 10 minutes later, the entire container would have been emptied, and the puppies might never have been found. Looking inside was heartbreaking. The mother dog lay motionless at the bottom of the container. She had already passed away, though no one knew exactly how or when. Curled tightly against her body were 4 puppies, each only a few weeks old. They were too young to understand that their mother would never wake up again. They simply stayed close to the only warmth they had ever known. None of us said a word. We carefully lifted each puppy out one by one before wrapping them in thick blankets. They were shivering, but still alert quietly, searching for their mother's scent. The mother deserved dignity too. After the puppies were safe, we gently removed her body from the trash container so she could receive a proper burial instead of being carried away with the garbage. Every life deserves respect, even after it's gone. Back at our rescue center, our first concern wasn't food, because the puppies had spent hours beside their deceased mother. We had no idea whether she had died from illness, poisoning, or an infectious disease. If she had been carrying a dangerous virus, the puppies could already have been infected. Our veterinary team immediately performed health examinations and rapid disease tests. Thankfully, the initial results showed no signs of the most common contagious illnesses. But everyone knew that some viruses could remain hidden during the incubation period. We weren't celebrating yet. The puppies would need to be tested again several days later before we could truly feel relieved. Once the examinations were finished, we prepared warm goat's milk formula. At first, the puppies didn't understand how to drink from a shallow bowl. They kept searching for their mother's body instead. One of the smallest refused to eat altogether. So we switched to feeding syringes. Little by little, each puppy began swallowing tiny amounts of warm milk. Watching those little tails move for the first time since their rescue filled the room with hope. One by one, they finished eating. Then something beautiful happened. Instead of crying, they curled together beneath a heated blanket and quietly fell asleep. For the first time in what was probably the most frightening day of their lives, they were warm, safe, and no longer alone. Over the following days, we monitored them constantly. Their temperatures remained stable, their energy slowly returned, and the second round of medical tests confirmed the news we had been praying for. All 4 puppies were healthy. They were still incredibly young, barely old enough to begin eating on their own. So every feeding, every cleaning, and every hour of rest mattered. As their tiny teeth slowly appeared, we gradually introduced soft puppy food while continuing their milk formula. Soon they were exploring their play area, wrestling with one another and greeting every caregiver with wagging tails. Looking at them now, it is almost impossible to imagine where they were found. A roadside garbage container nearly became the place where 4 innocent lives disappeared before they had truly begun. Instead, because one caring stranger chose to make a phone call, those puppies were given something every animal deserves: a chance to grow up surrounded by safety instead of abandonment. Their story is a reminder that sometimes saving a life begins with something as simple as refusing to look away.